Yes, we are live. Welcome to Queer Conversations. I'm your host, G of Very GTV, and I'm here every Tuesday, 6 p.m. EST. And my guest, every guest is special, but I'm especially excited about this special guest, Kat C.H.R.
Can't stop smiling. Hello.
Welcome.
Yes, G. Great to see you again, yo.
Yes, it's been too long. So, Kat is a musician, singer, songwriter, producer.
The producer is kind of new.
Producer is new.
Yeah, but yeah.
So, listen, share this conversation, join this conversation, ask questions. Kat is now non-binary. We're going to talk about that. Pronouns, they, them. Oh, what is it? Non-binary?
They, them, there.
They, them, there.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. You
upside
can
down. Yeah.
help me. I say, if I make a mistake, correct me.
Yeah, man.
And Kat is also Jamaican like myself. So
Yeah.
not a lot of Jamaicans like that, like us.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
As far as we know. Right?
We're a rare breed.
Rare breed. So let's talk about first the music, right?
Okay.
As a musician, what kind of music do you do? What inspired you to be a musician?
Okay. Well, the genre thing has always been a weird question for me. Funnily enough, because I started out acoustic, just me, and then I got a band, and it got like kind of heavy because I would use like distortion, and so I got like pigeonholed into being like a rock star and punk rock, and I wasn't really writing punk rock, like a lot of my punk friends and even myself, because I was like goth punk as a teenager, would be like, I don't make punk rock. It's just like if Sade had tattoos and like was queer,
Right, that's you.
So yeah.
So, and this is interesting because people expect you're from Kingston, Jamaica. This is in Kingston.
Yeah.
People expect you to do reggae or dance hall, right?
Yeah.
And you don't.
No, it's not reggae. I mean, there is undertones and there's like a seasonings of it, but
right, influence, don't?
Yeah, influences, but for the most part, it's just a combination of everything I grew up listening to, like classic rock. I listened to a lot of Santana growing up,
nice.
Bee Gees, Earth, Wind and Fire, so you have a lot of soulfulness in my writing and in the sound of the music I make. Recently, I've been like experimenting with like my producer side and creating tracks like from scratch, and they kind of end up being more digitally driven and even hip hop driven.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so I want to tell the people how I met Kat.
All right.
So funny enough, we had a lot of people in common, but I didn't know you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is years ago now, maybe 6-7 years ago on Facebook. I'm watching Kat. Kat's in Jamaica, and Kat's with a woman, dressing in ties. And I'm like, who is this person? My brother Rich, I know Rich knew you, and a lot of people did, but I didn't know you, right?
Yeah.
And I think that I started just liking what you were posting.
Yeah, on Facebook.
On Facebook,
yeah.
Right? So Facebook, I was like, yo, So yes, Diana King in the house.
Hey!
Big up. So yes, I remember liking, and I think you added me, and we started a conversation. And then I happened to be in Kingston. Actually, I know the year because I was there on a big family trip, 2013, that summer.
Yeah.
And you're performing.
Red Bones.
You're performing, and I came and we linked.
Yes.
And then soon after that, you ended up in Fort Lauderdale, where we are, right? Welcome back to Fort Lauderdale.
Yes, it's great to be back. Thank you.
Yes, it's good to have you back. Great to have you back. So, any questions? Feel free to ask questions. Join the conversation. Hey, Carice, thanks for joining. A lot of people who join here every week. Thank you so much. Carlene King from Jamaica.
Yeah, man. Big up, y'all.
Big up. So,
I actually just got my Aki tattoo colored in.
So let's talk a little bit about tattoos.
Okay.
What's up with all the tattoos? Y'all have tattoo on your face.
Yeah, this is new too. This is a Keith Haring light bulb.
Okay.
And
so what's the story with the tattoos? When did it start? Why?
I just always wanted tattoos. I remember I got in trouble in prep school for the foreigners. Prep school is like elementary school for us, for Jamaicans. And I used to get in trouble for drawing on my arm. Like I would just be daydreaming and just draw tattoos on my arm.
I remember kids drawing on their arms and the hand middle.
Yeah, and so I would dream of like being 17, 18, maybe 18, to be able to like make my own decision to go get a tattoo.
Right, yeah.
And so I got my first tattoo on my 18th, the week of my 18th birthday. I call up my friend and say, oh, yeah, know anybody that do tattoos? And I go and I got one on my stomach. It's a horrible tattoo, but it's my first
one
love.
How many you have now? Okay, it looks like a lot. You have This is a lot.
It's a lot.
Look at the sleeve. Their sleeve has, arm has a lot. I don't even know.
I don't even. There's so much more space that I could do, you know. But
the face is a big deal. To do the face is very significant.
Once I did the neck and the hands, it's like over, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like
yeah.
Everything else is whatever.
So,
I forget I have this sometimes. I do.
Yeah.
And then
I'm like, when did you get this one?
Couple months ago, like maybe 2 months.
Oh, it's brand new.
Yeah, brand new.
So I see a lot of comments there, and I want to address some of them. So someone said, "Hey, ladies, so we love you, Carlene, and no offense to anybody, but so we're going to talk about the non-binary and addressing. So I identify. I'm gender non-conforming. I identify as a woman.
Your pronoun. What are your pronouns?
I use she, her, hers.
Yeah.
What is it?
Her, she, her, hers.
I use she, her, hers.
Yeah.
But I am open to all. I get a lot of him, his, him.
Yeah.
And these, and I'm actually comfortable with all of them. But I will use a she, but I get a lot of him. So I'm fine with all the pronouns.
Right.
But for you, you're very specific. And a lot of people, this is something that we're seeing more, but a lot of people are very specific. It's very important to you.
Yeah.
So first of all, let's talk about this. Describe what non-binary is. So let's explain that.
Okay.
Right? What is non-binary?
Okay. So, I mean, I'm not the Webster definition of it.
But how it means to Kat.
To me.
To Kat.
For me, okay, so I can start by telling you how I realized and came about identifying as non-binary was I knew about being genderqueer. I knew even about non-binary, but I didn't really do the research from years ago in Jamaica. Like you even reminded me earlier that I've been talking about top surgery for years.
Yes.
You know? And it wasn't until I moved to LA and I was at another non-binary person's brunch. They had a queer brunch. And I was referred to as she. And I stopped in the moment and I was like, I had this epiphany. I was like, that don't sound or feel right.
No.
Like it doesn't. You know, I know it's been years of existence for me, but it just clicked in that moment that that's not me.
Right.
And so that kind of catapulted me into doing a bunch of research, making a book. Like I took a little while, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before I made a post.
Okay.
Because I wanted to just like sit in it and think about it and be like, yeah, you know, and make it belong to me, and then be like, hey, everybody that I love and that love me, and even just the public, because to some degree I'm a public figure out of Jamaica.
Yeah.
So I made it known and clear that I'm non-binary. Please don't call me. I'm not your baby girl. I'm not mama. I'm not.
So for you, because non-binary could be not a man, not a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But for you, it's more also saying, I definitely don't want any feminine adjectives or pronouns or nouns.
Right.
So if someone says, okay, here we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. We're back. We're back.
Sometimes.
So hold on. Diana says, me too, G. I'm open to all pronouns. Even today, a guy said, what time is it, sir? Yeah. And I was just telling Kat, I was in a bathroom, a public bathroom, and a woman was like, no, this is for men. And she said it with a strong Spanish accent. I said, soy mujer. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. So, yeah. So for you, Kat, so you feel that you would want more masculine?
Yeah, I've definitely been more masculine presenting.
But in terms of the vocabulary that you want to hear more,
I'm
sir,
I'm better with sir, dude, bro, brother. You know, like I go to the gas station the other day. Hey, brother. You know, it's like I'll even fuck with them sometimes. Can I curse?
Yeah, you can curse.
Okay, I'll even fuck with them sometimes and be like deep in my voice because it's like a joke. It's like I don't want to say joke and diminish it, but it's kind of like I'm so comfortable the more I learn about myself that it don't take away from my identity if somebody misgender me, especially a stranger. But at the same time, it's super important that like I make like my work environment or artists I work with or my friends and family and my loved ones, they know that don't like my mom and I going through it right now because we're trying to figure out how to navigate that. I've been her baby girl for how many years, and now I'm trying to explain to her that don't feel right. Yeah, just not right. And I've gotten like mostly great like reception for it and like support, but I do hear a lot of it's confusing, I forget. Yeah. I always forget, and then that diminishes the person's identity you know, where...
So you're like, this is so important to me, work on it.
Yeah.
It takes time. And you're fine to have patience, right?
Of course.
But work on it.
So like I'm very vocal online in any aspect of my online persona. So when it comes to my identity, I've been very vocal and saying like, come on guys, come on. You just clicked like on what I'm
and then message me,
hey baby girl, hey girly, like come on.
Hey lady.
You know?
So you heard like hey ladies, you would like to say hey guys?
Like hey guys, or just say hey cat.
Hey cat. Is it Uncle Cat? That's a great question.
That is a great question because my sister, we always talk about her having babies and stuff and what they would call me, and the other understanding I have of my identity is that in the same way that I'm not going to like tell the Uber guy, sir, I'm not a mom. Like sometimes my understanding of it is that it doesn't take away from how I see myself.
Right.
So if
someone in passing.
Yeah, so if my niece and nephew want to call me uncle or auntie, I'm cool with that.
Either one.
But it's just on a day-to-day and like I'm in my own skin and my body every day. I am not a lady.
Right.
You know, I'm not a she and a her.
Okay.
And
so I love that. Yeah, man. So then you're not a lesbian? You queer?
I'm just queer.
Gender
queer.
Because lesbian is a woman who a woman who loves a woman.
So like when I even describe things now, I'm like, I'm the first same-sex person this person has been with, or I'm this person. You know, like I don't say lesbian anymore.
Right. Okay.
And because sometimes you will misgender yourself.
Yes,
let me tell you that.
Okay? Well, I did notice that there's a post on Instagram where somebody was asking for the top lesbian performers.
Yeah.
And I saw someone comment and the person said, but they are non-binary. But it still was like, it made sense in that you're queer.
Yeah.
And we understood what the people meant.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, man.
Like it still fit in that.
Yeah,
in
so
that
it's
way.
like, because the thing is to like, it's even being a person on the LGBTQI spectrum, you go through all these different puberties, you know?
Yes.
So when I was coming out as a lesbian, that was like a second puberty for me where I was like, oh my God, women! You know?
I relate.
You know? And then there's coming out as non-binary again, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, so you still have to, sorry, I missed out a part. I meant to say that before I came out as a lesbian, I had dated men as a teenager. So it's like you have to go through those transitions again to say, okay, I'm not gonna like avoid or deny my past.
Right. Yeah.
Because it very much so has a lot to do with who you are today.
Of course.
And then so it's from like supposedly straight to I realized, okay, well, I'm a lesbian. Then I'm like, but I don't feel like all my lesbian friends, like I still not cool with like being voluptuous and okay, you know what's a big thing for me? Being called a stud.
A stud, okay.
I don't like being called a stud. Big up my stud friends, you see me? But it's just like everybody identity different, and I had to spend years and years trying to figure out.
So just to explain, because I like when we use terms to explain. So stud is a term that's used for masculine presenting woman.
Yeah.
Usually, like I would call myself a stud. Like it's not. So I more refer to because of something I've been my whole life. I say more tomboy. That's how I said. Some people. I saw someone said no, tomboy is offensive. I'm not sure if it is. Someone said that. Like that's. But whatever it is, Kat, do you think you can tell why? Oh man, it went so quickly.
Wait, hold up.
Hold on, no, don't touch.
Can't scroll.
No,
I won't touch it.
I'm scared. Rich, could you tell us what Carice asked? And Anne-Marie saying hi. You can tell Anne-Marie hi.
Hi.
Do you think you can tell when people are using certain pronouns to disparage you? Like just the tone in which they say, excuse me, ma'am, or sorry, sir.
That's a good question.
Yes.
So yes.
The most times I can say I've felt like it's being used disparagingly is at the airport. Customs, come on. And I hope somebody who work at an airport, I've been at so many airports and they don't have gender neutral bathrooms, and the customs, especially Jamaica, right? Is they don't have any gender training. No. And I think in 2018 and even before, like I don't want to use time and modern life as an excuse for why we've been ignorant, but give them some training. Train your customs officers to like. I go to the airport so many times and I go through the thing and they are confused as to who must search me.
Right.
And I get it. We live in a weird world where you'll have male custom officers doing inappropriate things to the female passengers. But at the same time, train them to say, okay, well, if you're unsure of a person's gender, ask what, even go as far to say, hey, what are you male or female, or what are your like something? I don't know, because I don't want to trigger any other LGBTQ people to be like, you're being asked what your gender is in the customs line. So it's complex, but it's just take a lot of sensitivity and sensitivity training that I don't think they do at airports.
I was just actually telling my oldest son, because I travel quite a bit, and now I know when I walk through that thing, I walk out like this, hands up, because I've had a man just go boom on my chest, and I'm like,
you see what I'm saying?
And so I just my normal thing. I actually need to do that pass. You could pay to have like this pass where, hold on, I was with a soft butch, but I mostly feel like the alpha female. How do you look at that? Okay, so I know where she's going, but let me first go back to the stud. So stud is someone who's masculine, usually supposed to be like good looking, dapper type vibe. I don't know if it was just masculine. Stud was supposed to be like,
like dapper,
so like, and also some part of the part I don't relate to as much as like supposed to be like a player also. Like, I don't know if it was just presentation, but there's also some kind of other aspect of stud. So that's stud, but you're saying you don't relate to stud, and why don't you relate to stud?
I think what we should stop doing generally in all aspects of gender is comparing people to like these animalistic kind of names. Like stud make me sound like a bull cow, you know what I mean?
Right, as a horse, right?
You are a horse or whatever, and it's like, and then also too, I just didn't, even like growing up and spending a lot of time from between Jamaica and Fort Lauderdale and Florida, and so like, I immediately, just like I got immediately called a punk rock artist, I immediately got called a stud the first time I went to a lesbian club here. And I remember I went to him, I was like, I'm not a stud though. Like, can I just be Kat? Like, can I just be a hybrid, whatever I am, you know?
Well, there's a big movement now I'm seeing of people saying no labels, where people are saying, I don't want you to label me in any way. So David, David, we're in your studio. But you're not here. But man, thanks for the use of your studio, and we have a whole team helping us here. Big up Rich and my son over here helping. Yes, you have that edge.
Respect,
you know. So
how I look, D?
Looking good, right? So man, I love the whole look. And you see, Kat came with a rose, and I have the tie with a rose.
Simpatico.
See, man. Yes. So I know that Rich is putting here the links to your music. Let's talk about some of the actual projects that you're working on now. So you've been a musician for a few years now. Many years. Many years. Tell us a little bit about what's going on right now in your music career.
Okay. So the past 3 years, I kind of.
That's my phone. I think it's my phone here.
The phone that we use.
Someone's calling.
Sorry, I just.
I'm afraid, so that will.
We'll just let it ring out.
Yeah, I don't know if they hear.
Okay.
It's done.
All right. What was the question again?
Music. You said about 3 years ago.
So like, so the past 3 years, I kind of took. I mean, I guess you'd say a hiatus somewhat.
Yeah.
Because I went to culinary school.
Okay, nice.
And then so I've been a chef for 3 years. It's been great. Like,
I remember you were cooking.
Yeah, man. I always had the passion for it, you know.
Cut up onion and scallion and everything.
Don't know. And so that has been a great experience for me. I've worked with like so many great chefs for the past 3 years, while still like doing shows here and there, like collaborating with musicians here and there, but not as like full force as I did like from 2015 and before. Okay. So, but recently I worked on an EP with my dear friend Sarah Coach and a great producer, guy friend of mine too, David Marston, both from Jamaica. Nice. And they are together called Deja Villa, and I'm featured on the EP. I think that name is so cool. Like I love play on words. I think it's really, it gives you a lot of imagery. But yeah, it's Sarah's first like proper like release from a label. We're releasing it through Ultra Music. They're Miami based. Okay. Most people should be familiar with Ultra. Like Ultra, I'm still not sure if they're Ultra Music Fest and them are the same, but maybe they're more than likely are. Okay. But and so we'll release the first single Friday Gone. Last Friday.
And what's that? Is that something Rebel?
Suit a Rebel.
Suit a Rebel.
Yeah, so it's me on the first verse, and then Sarah, and then David Marston produces it. And you should really go follow Deja Villa.
When you want it to come closer?
When
you
follow
bring
me.
Closer enough.
Oh.
You feel like you want it
Come
close.
Come closer.
Okay. Yeah. Richard, tell us we're too close.
They're different. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Big up, Nika.
Hi, Nix.
Is this a good? We're looking good here.
Yeah.
We look good, man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Cool.
So yeah, they're different. So
Suit a Rebel. I like that name.
Suit a Rebel.
Tell me about that name. How that come
it's
about?
actually Sarah. You know, Sarah and I have been writing songs from we're teenagers, maybe 15, 16, and we just always bounce ideas off of each other and wordplay and stuff, and like that's how.
Oh, Sarah here. Sarah.
Oh!
Big up, Sarah.
Yeah,
Sarah.
that's one of my best friends.
And she's in Jamaica?
Yeah, man, she's in Jamaica.
Nice.
And she's been singing forever. I've been harassing her to sing forever. And it's nothing before the time, nothing before its time. Because people about to learn about my friend, you see me?
Yeah, right.
And we just write great together. It's like,
wonderful.
It's maybe one other person I write, or two, that I write so free flowing like how I write with Sarah and collaborate with Sarah. So I'm looking forward to people hearing that EP.
Yeah, so check that out.
Check that out.
The link is right
See
here.
the link there, so.
At Suit a Rebel.
Suit
and
a
follow
Rebel.
Kat. We put it here. Kat, what is it?
Kat Makes Music
on Instagram. Please go ahead and follow that too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Full natural. So let me ask you about this. Everybody who comes here always asks them about their coming out story. We know, and let me have you specifically say how you identify in terms of sexuality and gender.
All
so
right.
you said you are.
I'm non-binary or genderqueer. I know they're different in some aspects, but I identify as like either or, but mainly non-binary because I just don't see myself as she, her, hers, lady.
And then in terms of sexuality, what do you say? You say queer?
Queer.
Queer, there you go.
Queer.
Okay.
Because, queer.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your coming out story, about your age, and I take it you were in Jamaica at the time?
Yeah.
So what was that like?
Well, coming out in Jamaica. So...
You comfortable?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about like how I can
Because I know
word
that
it.
there's several coming out, so you might have like a couple different stories.
No, man, my coming out was, I remember I was dating a guy at the time. I was 17, 18, and I used to, I just started just feeling uncomfortable, and bawling and saying, I can't do this. I was like, I can't do this. I don't know what it is, but I can't do this anymore. And he knows himself, and we're still very close to this day,
Beautiful, yeah, man.
And then I didn't really have a choice with coming out because it was there was a relationship at the time and it became known about and my dad found out about it and I just hadn't, it wasn't like I was deep breath, I'm ready, I just had to just pull the tape off, pull the band-aid off, and it's really wonderful to see non-binary people out here being successful. Thank you so much for being out here and for being man, you don't know. Listen, man. Yeah. Respect to G. I know we keep stopping the talk, but respect to my friend Gannett for inviting me, man.
Yes.
Cause it's if you don't do this and if my friends don't draw me out, you guys will only see me on Instagram or and I have a lot to say. And so it's nice. I'm grateful for the platform.
Yeah, let me tell you this. You're welcome and thank you.
Yeah, man.
When I heard that you're here, when I saw you said you're here, I'm like, hold on. Can you get here? Because we want to have this conversation. I want to see you in person, but I want to have this conversation. Man. I think especially as Jamaicans where, we come from a culture that doesn't want us to exist in our truth, right? Yeah. So to be ourselves is so challenging. There was a question Rich asked there earlier about did Grace Jones influence you in terms of your creativity? Who influenced you?
Yes.
Who influenced you in terms of being yourself and in creativity as a musician? Who influenced you?
All right.
And gender.
And gender. Okay, well... Definitely my friend Diana King.
Right? Big up. Yeah, man.
Because I remember, and people always say, how your memory go so far back? I remember being very young and seeing, before I knew I wanted to do music for real, maybe single, double, 10, 11 or whatever, and seeing Diana on TV and shave head.
What?
The shave head alone did have me. I was and then there's this model Amira Mota, who funnily enough I follow them on Instagram and interact, which is crazy. Like modern life will allow you to, your idols, you can talk to them or the
Isn't
people.
that something?
Yeah, like, because I remember being 16, 17 and seeing Omira in the Change Clothes Jay-Z video. And I downloaded that video because I was like, yeah, I like how this person made me feel, like how they look. I like how I feel when I watch this video.
Nice.
And
I want to look at that.
so it was just little things like that. Omira, Diana, Grace Jones, Freddie Mercury.
How about Prince? You like
Prince?
Oh, yeah, man, Prince is my
Forgive me?
Yeah, Prince is like my first love. And when I look at Prince now, like images of how he presented, and he was this very feminine and fluid.
Sexy.
And I was sexy. Yeah, man, that's a sexy man.
Yeah, man, sexy man.
Yeah, and his music was so sexy. You know,
And he'd wear those heels and split and like those pants with the butt cut out.
Yeah, man, let me tell you. Prince will live on forever. Yeah, man, Diana King also influenced me. I felt something before she came out. I felt something. But when she came out publicly, big up Diana, thank you. In so many ways, that was so powerful. You know, to say that and to come up and say that.
Representation is so important. And I feel like I've been a little baby non-binary person all my life. Like my parents knew, my mom tell me stories all the time how I wore the same pants. I would kick and scream to put dresses on before I knew how to talk properly. So it's like, I'm sure if I had like one person or one imagery to say, yo, yeah, man, love you, Dad. You know, like one person to be like, hey, you know, like this, just representation. I can't even bother explain, but representation is so important for like even for like black kids, queer kids, trans kids. It's so important. So like I'm literally making shit up as I go along at this age. Even at this stage in my life, I had to just learn from experience and learn trial and error. Oh, this feel good, this don't feel good. You know, I didn't, and I'm sure a lot of my Jamaican queer friends can relate and be like, yeah, I was just winging it. I just did like my prep school best friend. And then, you know, them with it, you know?
Yeah, we must be sounding more Jamaican than most weeks because you got two Jamaicans together.
Yeah.
I know the Jamaican accent, how we sounding over there, it must be coming out more, which is fine and beautiful.
Yeah, man, but
hopefully everybody can understand us.
But I like the question part. I like the questions.
Yeah, keep asking the questions. And Diana's saying, of course, visibility is vital.
So vital.
Because not seeing yourself out there is just one of the most challenging things.
Sorry.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what drew me to you. When I saw you, I said, who is this?
I remember even the pictures.
I
remember the pictures of us from that night, from that show at Red Bones.
Yeah, that meant the world to see somebody who presents similar, relate.
Yeah,
you know?
man. And whenever I've spent a lot of time in America, like people always, when it gets to the question of, so you're Jamaican? And I'm like, yeah, and they're like, so, the jaw drop and they're like, so how did you do it?
I know, right? Yeah.
And I said,
look at us, Jamaica.
You know, and I'm like,
you gotta love us.
I know you have like trans people
of
like
course.
Fighting for our rights down there, man.
Yeah, man. Big up the whole of the Jamaica LGBT community, the whole gay Jamaican community.
Big up niche.
Yes.
You see me? My brethren niche.
Yeah, man. You got Equality Jamaica down there, J Flag.
Trans wave.
Yeah, man. Enough work going on down there.
You know what I'm saying? This hat getting hot.
You can take off the hat. That's fine. Yes.
Yeah,
so,
but yeah.
So yeah, man. I feel it's funny thing I thought of too is that I feel like Jamaican culture kind of taught us to be very confident and bossy.
Yeah, man.
And then it's ironic how when you become openly gay, queer, we have that same bossiness, but sometimes Jamaica has a hard time handling us.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but then we got it from Jamaica.
Yeah.
So it's like, here's your baby back.
Yeah.
It's like, here, we've all grown up.
And I mean,
it's like, you know, here.
I've always tried to be super diplomatic when asked how homophobic Jamaica is and what my experience was, because it wasn't nice. I've been run out of venues because I'm queer. You hear the stories about the violence and whatever, and you see the comments under the things online.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah,
How
man.
much more time we have?
Well, we usually end around now, but if we want to continue, we're fine to continue. Because we don't get cat out of the wild.
Are we finished or we done?
Yeah.
We're not
so,
done.
by the way, someone here has been complimenting, asking if they are single, saying that we're both very cute. We are the cutest, which we can't disagree with that.
Hat or no hat?
Hat or no hat. I like both. I like, you know. Yeah, look at this cat. Yeah, man. So, you're saying about Jamaican homophobia?
Yeah, so like, let's not lie, let's keep it real. Jamaica is very hard for queer people and LGBT people.
Yeah.
I have friends who very recently are like, oh my God, I cannot do it. Like, I don't know what to do, especially male friends.
I think, yeah.
You know, where because you have that hypocrisy and that double standard of, yeah man, I have a girl for you and I have a girl for you. Like men will come to you as a lesbian or, you know, and the guys just have it rough.
Right. Nobody, unless it's like, the male culture wants men to love women, right? Nobody wants a man to love men.
Yeah, I swear.
Men can handle us, but you're saying like men can handle women.
Yeah,
women.
but it's a double standard though, because then if you take a man girl, you're a sodomite. You know what I mean? But him see you otherwise and him rate you. Like that literally reached me. Like I'll have a guy be like, yo, you're a thugs, yo, you're a gangster, you have girl for you, and then two them see me with too much hot girl. And now I'm a dyke, and I'm a this, and I'm a that, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I like this. Dan, I said, full time, we make it for an hour. So we'll go on for a little longer, but we'll see this, feel the flow.
Yeah, man, feel the flow.
Because, first of all, Kat, we don't see Kat for...
So long. It's mostly 3 years I don't come over here.
I'm trying to think the last time...
I saw you?
We met up at a restaurant around the corner.
2 years
And it's
ago.
funny. Someone said, hey, ladies. And you say, yo, gee... I don't like that, you know. And I say, yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, you remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, man,
Let
it's
me
a
tell
long
you that.
time coming,
You said about the top surgeon, for people who don't know, top surgeon. Oh, okay, thank you. We'll talk about this too. There's something going on here in the community. The top surgery is to remove the breast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's something you had talked about that you were considering. And something you're still considering.
Yes, I'm definitely considering
it. Yeah, and I said, I'm considering it. I'm at the lower end of that. I'm afraid of some of the pain and so on. But... it's a possibility.
Yeah,
I'm not running it down. But for you, I remember that. And it struck me when you said it. And it kind of influenced me. And I'd thought about it. And I was saying, hey, maybe and I would make jokes once in a while. Like, maybe I'll do that. But so we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, so interesting. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about this. For people who are in Fort Lauderdale. So Verity TV, we produced the show, Queer Conversation. Also produced Thou Art Woman. And it's an LGBT performance art space. On November 1st, and we have it right here.
I'm gonna be there.
Yes, you gonna come to the mixer?
Yeah.
Come on, yo.
You picking me up?
Yes, hold on.
Okay, bro.
So let me see. Mixer November 1st. That's next week Thursday. Is that next week Thursday already?
November 1st.
Yeah, next week Thursday. We have a nice mixer. It's Flirt Network. We're gonna talk about some of the projects that we're working on. We're doing a theater project. We're doing the big Dark Woman Weekend. So a lot going on. So come on out. There's the link to get your tickets. It's $10 on Eventbrite. Get the ticket. And it's $15 at the door. It's going to be a nice vibe. Diana, come on out. Come on out. Yeah, man.
Yeah, for draw, Diana.
Yes.
Diana G, draw you.
Yeah, come on out. Yes, that would be good. Why do all of that? Why
though? Why do all of what?
I'm not sure. All of that. What?
All of what though, Rose?
Clarify that point, because we don't know when you said that, what it's related to. Big up Cindy. Big up everybody watching. Tabitha. That's Tabitha Datos. Nice. Big up Nika. Thanks for tuning in.
This is nice.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah, man, to have Kat C.H.R, musician, producer, songwriter. What inspires you, like, in terms of...
I didn't really get to that. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You go.
What inspires what?
In terms of what kind of music you write?
Well...
Woman.
Don't mean... you know, relationship.
I love that.
Oh, respect. What inspired me to write music? So, I mean... Not sound cliche, but I've wrote some of my best songs when I was like very sad and heartbroken.
Yeah.
You know, my first set of songs I wrote in my early 20s. The collection was called blah, 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 blah. Sad is the New Beautiful. Cause in my feels, boy. I was young and like them age that Taylor Swift think about when you're 16 and you think like the world is gonna end. Because she left you. Yeah. And you write both 6-10 song. Kat, your uptown accent coming out. Mish.
So she has another accent?
Mish, me want you love me, no Mish.
Yeah, uptown. Big up, Mijan, violinist.
I'm a dupes them.
Yes, all your people.
Yeah, man, but
big up. Yeah, I don't know but Mijan, what other accent Kat would have? She have an American accent?
mean, I don't know what she could be talking about, you know.
That's the real uptown.
I have no idea what she could be talking about.
That's the uptown. That's the uptown.
Okay? Not because All right, good. Okay.
Yes, so that is very much for people who know this is Kingston culture, right? Right? Dead. DWL.
I mean, I don't even know.
Well,
Sharon.
I'm tempted to try. I don't know if I can swing it. I've been here so long, but I think I have a generic Jamaican accent.
That's how my mom talk.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
Let me see if I can. I want to try. Let me see.
And you have to say the good. You have to say good when you're hanging up the phone. Good.
Upper St. Andrew.
Uptown.
I want to try. Okay, so let me think. All these lesbians nowadays.
All of these
people are gay.
So gay.
You heard about such and such daughter? It's like that, right?
You hear what so and so is doing? Can you imagine?
Woman
them take up with? Oh my gosh. Imagine I have my good son. You don't even ask me if my son is available. You're gone to woman. My goodness.
What did father do?
So I know your parents.
Right.
What's your
last
parents
name? What's that last name? So this is for people who are like, what are you guys talking about? We come from Kingston, but we come from an era that is more, I guess, very class. I mean, all of Jamaica has class, right?
Yeah, man.
But it's a very structurally by class. Like how America is black and white.
It's
It's like class in terms of who you are, family,
wealth,
a lot of wealth,
complexion,
shades.
So for me to I'm light skin, but I don't come from money, or I went to Immaculate. It's a Catholic school.
Yeah, white uniform, white skirt,
slip, tie,
Yeah, I wear tie too.
And I keep doing that Michael Jackson thing. Nice. But yeah, so it's
she's done with us.
It's a class thing as well. So it's I grew up in Hope Pastures, which is uptown.
Me too. Hope Pastures, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's in Hope Pastures and Mona, you were uptown, but you were roots. You weren't Cherry Gardens. You know what
Cherry
I mean?
Garden, Norbrook.
You weren't Norbrook, yeah. You were still. It's if you compare an Immaculate girl to a St. Andrew girl, or a whole. I'm going way off for the non-Jamaicans with the school thing.
Yes.
But it's a classist thing. It's class and all of that. But
yeah. So I would say we're middle class, but we have people who would be the class, I'm gonna say above, who were consumed with who you are and what you have, and how you look, and who you know, and what you own, like what you have,
and what you do. Because even me, so like I say, as a musician, I realized the more popular I got in Jamaica, especially women who never used to fart on me, like uptown girls coming up to the stage.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Kat. Oh my God, that show was so. And I'm I went to school with you, okay, right. And you never spoke to me. Hey guys, my phone died. Didn't hear you. We don't remember what you said.
We're wondering what you were saying. You said, why go through all of that? Were you talking about the top surgery?
What were you talking about?
Right. Let us know. Oh, someone said Mona. So yeah, I grew up in Hope Pastures, and then at some point later, my mom got a place on Hope Road. So I'm a Kingston 6. So we all have Kingston divided up. Kingston 6.
Yeah.
And then someone who is poor would consider all of us. Cause I remember having a conversation with a ghetto man who said, I'm an aristocrat. I said, no, I'm not an aristocrat. And I was like, no, I'm not. I grew up in Hope Pastures, Hope Road. But for someone who's very poor, from you reach a certain point, all of us are rich kids. Even if we're not rich kids, or really rich, like
man.
In comparison, to the rest of the people, then we work in that way.
I used to get teased, which is an ironic thing to get teased about.
Surgery.
I remember in high school.
You can drink water if you want to. Feel free, drink it. Oh, I thought it was right
there. Let me get my water.
Oh, hold on, no. Oh, go ahead. That's fine. Okay, cool, thanks.
Soon done.
Yeah.
Laba Mount Cat.
Yes, thanks for the check-ins. Right, no, I appreciate it.
Yeah, but I got teased in Jamaica for being well off, and it was so weird and awkward for me because I didn't think I was well off.
Right, yeah.
So I remember a group of girls came at me and were bullying me about not eating chicken back, and I felt so bad because I was like, you guys, I would if I had to, you know what I mean? But it was such a weird dynamic to be something to be teased about because I wasn't aware of the classism at the time.
When you're young,
I thought my parents just worked hard and they made sure I had what I needed.
Right.
But apparently I was too brown and too uptown and too privileged.
Right.
So
there's all this class. So we have Alpha High in the house. I know we have Woolmans. You say Immaculate, Campion. These are the high schools we went to.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say they were challenging.
Spain, big up Spain.
Yeah, we all had to wear skirts. Your Jamaican flag. Yes, it's showing. Yeah, but yeah, because we have a couple of Jamaicans together, it's gonna come up more. So yeah, so Rose's question was, and I like all the questions. It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good
Why go through all that? Why have the surgery? Why is that important?
I think it's important the same way, and it's not to diminish it. I like that word. It's not to like make it small, it small, you know. Like, how come I don't like? I mean, people question it, but it's so socially acceptable. This like fake ass thing,
right?
Or cosmetic, you know, like snap, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so acceptable to have, like, even living in California, when I walk down Melrose, every other girl have big collagen lip and fake boobs and all them thing there, and poor little me and all my other non-binaries and trans people, and so just want to feel the way you feel up here.
Yeah.
So all my life, I up here have not felt the way a woman who will go to Victoria's Secret and be like, ooh, does this bra make my boobs look nice? You know, or they want their cleavage to show. Like, I have never, ever felt that. Before I even went through like menstruation and puberty and those things, I prayed and said, my grandma have big boobs, both my grandmothers have big boobs, please don't let me get big boobs, please. And so now it's a part of making yourself whole. Thank you, DK. That is what it is, what I'm trying to get at. It's a part of making yourself whole, so that I like to say, realizing I'm non-binary, I make more sense to myself. And we didn't get into it, and we're probably going to have to wrap up soon, but you guys should, like, if you're questioning stuff and whatever, Google gender dysphoria, body dysmorphia, things like that, where just what I was saying, like what's in your brain and how you identified your body don't match that.
Yeah.
And I also get super scientific and deep when I talk to people about gender, and I'm like, if you think someone can be like have a parasitic twin in them, or have all these millions of medical things that can be wrong with a person, why a person can't be trans,
right?
Or why a person like me or whoever else can't be like, this body don't feel right. This don't feel right. I was just born into this body. I wasn't in my mother's womb like, I can't wait to have a vagina. No, I was just like born into this shit, you know? So it's like, that's how I feel about it with my own identity. I'm just like, okay, I want to make sense to myself, and I think everybody deserves that right. Even the women with the fake asses, they were like, damn, my booty flat, you know?
Right.
I want to feel good about myself. I'm gonna go get that
the booty
Kim K shit.
So Rose has a point that she's making, and I've heard it, and this is like, people are gonna like different type of people and connect to different type of people. She's saying, I want to feel a woman who has that. So, and I know women who say, hey, I want to feel every part of your womanhood.
Yeah.
So then that's not Kat.
No.
No. And there's going to be a woman who's going to feel the vibe of what Kat is saying, right? But there's going to be a woman who's saying, oh, so you don't even want to, no.
Sometimes, I mean, we're getting far now, but sometimes even if I'm having sex, I don't take my bra off.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that. It's just how people identify it. And I hope me being as open, because a lot of thing is to, like, I know a lot of people, it's the first time they're even hearing my speaking voice. It's the first time they're hearing my thoughts other than a status. So it takes away that kind of, like, weirdness of you're trying to read and decipher what I mean by what I say. But now you know what I mean when I say, don't call me she, her, girl, lady, whatever.
Baby girl.
You know, baby girl, mama, hey mama, you know, sis, hey sis.
No,
like,
you don't want any of it.
Just Google non-binary and message me if you want. You can message me on Instagram, anybody, anytime, and be like, hey, I saw you on live, Ray, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. So we're going to wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, for the great conversation, the questions, the commentary. We appreciate all of it. Follow Kat C.H.R on Instagram. We have all the links to get the music, stay connected.
Yeah, man.
Brilliant musician. Love the work. Love that you're always yourself.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate that.
Always. I'm overwhelmed.
And I end with a few questions I call queer conversation closing questions. And I say it, and you just answer real quick what you think. So What inspires you?
What inspires me? Women, love, my mother, my family, children, the weather.
The weather.
Heartache, food.
Yes.
Sex.
It's sex. So, on that note, what's sexy?
What's sexy? Confidence, yo.
Oh
nice. My God.
You love the confidence.
Yes. Confidence, drive.
Yes.
You see me?
I love that.
Knowing like your self-worth and like not taking yourself too seriously. You see me? Not taking me. You know what really turns me on? When somebody's like, I think I'm being on Kat C.H.R or something, and they're just like, like whatever. Anyway, you know. Psh.
Yeah.
That to me is so like the humble me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Humble me.
Humble Kat. Humble.
That's hot.
Okay. What makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh? Really foolish things like animal memes. You know, I will stay up for hours just looking at cat memes. Cats are weirdos. I have a cat. What else? Babies make me laugh because they're just like tiny little maniacs.
Yes.
So they're just like, they just talk and say whatever the hell. I lived with a 2-year-old for 2 years till he was like 4, and he would say the craziest stuff. He would compromise, and I'm like, you're 2. Like, how do you know? And it would just make me laugh. But
yeah, that's good. Last one. What's so great about being non-binary?
What's so great about being non-binary? Wow.
Or genderqueer?
A lot of things is great about it. The greatest thing I would say is that a friend of mine, actually an ex of mine who is my friend now. Actually, you should try that, to try being friends with the exes.
Yeah.
If you love somebody, you love them all
big
the
up
time.
all my exes.
All right.
I'm in my sexy exes studio here. I'm with you on it. You know,
man,
I love that vibe.
I know you are.
Yeah, love it.
But
I had an ex who's just came on a little earlier too. Big up that ex here.
Yeah, man.
Who's my dear friend. I don't really refer to as my ex, but my dear friend.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, man. So go ahead.
The best thing about it is that like that ex and friend of mine, they told me years ago about a term called tabula rasa. And that means clean slate. So I feel like realizing I'm non-binary, I'm like my own tabula rasa right now. I can just start, and we all can be our own tabula rasas. You don't have to realize you're not something or you're something.
Right.
You can wake up on next week Monday and be like, I'm not the same person I was last week Monday. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, being non-binary allows me to just be a clean slate of self-love. And also it allows me to appreciate other people who identify apart from me, different from me, because it teaches me humility, teaches me sensitivity and compassion, because that's what I hope for with being non-binary. So I love the lessons, I love the starting over, the freshness, the newness, and yeah, I think it's hot. I think it's really attractive, if I do say so myself, that I'm like not hiding who I am.
No,
like,
it's beautiful. It's handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Kat C.H.R. Follow them everywhere. Instagram. Get the music. You're a rock star. Love who you are, being your authentic self.
Thank you for listening. Yeah, man.
Great
love you.
Yeah, man. Love you. Enough love, everyone.
Thank you for listening and watching.
Yes, thank you.
Don't know I know I chat enough.
No, you know what? It's good. It's all good. We needed to have this conversation.
Yeah, we should get a bear or something.
Yeah, so see, there's nothing harder than being with someone who's, okay, thank you. Gender non-conforming or non-binary and proud of it. Yeah, man, that's great. Enough love. Peace out, everyone.
Dude,